The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different twists and turns as well as surprises in this film that'll change our entire view of both The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. So, one aspect of Episode 9 that a lot of people are really looking forward to by J.J. Abrams is, of course, exactly how he is going to utilize the character of Kylo Ren in the first act of the film. Exactly what it's going to be like to see Kylo Ren roughly 1 year after the events of The Last Jedi. And yes, in case you guys did not know, the time jump in between The Last Jedi and, of course, The Rise of Skywalker is said to be a total of 1 year. So, a lot has happened in between, I'm sure, for the character of Kylo and what he's actually gone through and what he has discovered over the years. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intense for this movie. Now, specifically, a description of Kylo Ren inside of his chambers where it's described that he is in his sleep, having a nightmare that parallels what Anakin Skywalker went through in the prequel trilogy era, that JJ is bringing back for this film. It's described that during the nightmare, Kylo hears audible screams of Anakin Skywalker, burning on Mustafar, where faint and vague, transparent visions of Anakin burning are planned to be inserted over the shots of Kylo Ren during his nightmare. It's said that Kylo is holding a piece of Darth Vader's broken lightsaber in his hand during the nightmare, which indicates that this could be the cause of the vision nightmare. It's said that some deleted scenes from Revenge of the Sith are planned to be used for the sequence in order to make it feel original and to offer different angles of Anakin burning, as well as different tones of different screams. Additionally, JJ used the first act of the film in The Rise of Skywalker in order to show the connection between Anakin/Vader and Kylo Ren in unique ways that will allow fans to feel nostalgic on the prequel trilogy era. Lastly, it's said that one of the scenes involves Kylo waking up and sitting up straight fast, where the Darth Vader breathing can be heard in the distance where he looks down at the piece of his saber that he was holding in his hand during his sleep. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this because this is a direct callback to what Anakin Skywalker already went through in Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. You know, where he had those terrible nightmares, those terrible visions of Padme Amidala dying during childbirth. And for the longest time, a lot of people, were thinking maybe Palpatine was actually, inducing those nightmares upon Anakin Skywalker. And perhaps the same exact thing is happening here since Palpatine is back. Since maybe the same exact thing is happening here for the character of Kylo Ren. Extremely possible, right? So the one thing that I do want to go over that really does stand out to me the most is how they are going to be using deleted scenes from Revenge of the Sith in order to offer different angles and unique angles that we have never seen before from Episode 3 of Anakin Skywalker burning and different tones of different screams that are in fact going to be used for the actual vision/dream nightmare sequence that Kylo Ren goes through in the first act of the movie, the first couple of minutes of the film. So what I like about this is that this tells us that Kylo Ren is going through something, right? We do know that now that he is the supreme leader of the First Order and still holds some remorse for the death of his father Han Solo, and now knows what it's like to stand in, of course, the shoes of Supreme Leader Snoke, and where he's been. I think that this is going to be a very interesting story to see how Kylo Ren feels about being the Supreme Leader of the First Order, how he's going to react to these visions/nightmares, and exactly how this is all going to be executed on the big screen as far as special effects goes, and what kind of music they're going to actually use for this particular sequence. So with that being said, we do know that JJ really wants to bring in a lot of the callbacks from the prequels and the originals into Episode 9, especially for the character of Anakin in order to mirror that of course, Kylo Ren in The Rise of Skywalker, which is great. So the other piece that I do want to go over is how he's holding pieces or a piece of Darth Vader's broken lightsaber hilt in his hand during this nightmare. Now, we actually went over this lightly a couple of months ago, that the Darth Vader lightsaber survived the Death Star 2 explosion, and a lot of people are always wondering how in the world would that be able to survive an explosion like that. However, if you guys have read some of the books, the Acolytes of the Beyond apparently found the lightsaber lightsaber and sold it off somewhere, or at least kept it for themselves. So with that being said, you know, the whole entire lightsaber hilt thing here, I think it's pretty safe to say that this is absolutely something that is actually causing the nightmare that Kylo Ren is going through, seeing these terrible visions of Anakin burning. You know, keep in mind that when Anakin was fighting Obi-Wan, when he was burning on Mustafar, at that point in time, he was Darth Vader. He was not Anakin Skywalker. You could see the eyes, right? The Sith eyes. The yellow eyes, if you will. And at that point in time, he was indeed Vader. The only thing that gets me is, why would there be a memory of Anakin Skywalker burning alive on Mustafar if he didn't have the regular Darth Vader lightsaber at the time? It could be that, of course, you know, Darth Vader remembers those memories, obviously, and he remembers those while he was actually Darth Vader and while he owned the actual lightsaber, which could very well play a role into why Kylo Ren is having these visions. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.